Welcome to the OSBT Standard Operating Procedure 007 Job Safety Analysis Employee Education. JSA. The purpose of this program is designed to provide information on the establishing an effective job safety analysis procedure to identify and eliminate hazards. Reference: the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, defines JSA as a means of carefully studying and recording each step of the job, identifying existing or potential job hazards, both safety and health, and determining the best way to perform the job to reduce or eliminate these hazards. Please take a moment to review the JSA form. Responsibilities: Health, Safety, Security, and Environmental, HSSE, assist management and supervisors in developing JSAs. Maintain a master file of all JSAs. Ensure new JSAs are developed for new equipment or processes. Ready. Continuing with responsibilities, the managers and supervisors use JSAs to train all new employees. Use JSAs when performing job performance evaluations. Develop and submit JSAs for all tasks in their area of responsibility. Review JSAs annually with employees assigned to their department. Utilize JSAs and SOPs in accident investigations and retraining. Employees: follow the requirements of the standard practice. Procedure: select the job to be analyzed. An effective JSA program selects and prioritizes the jobs to be analyzed. Rank each job by the greatest number of potential hazards. The most hazardous jobs are analyzed first. The following factors need to be considered when ranking these jobs. Accident frequency: the number of times of an accident or injury is repeated during the performance of the task will determine priority for analysis. Accident severity: any incident that results in lost time or required medical treatment will also determine priority for analysis. Select the job to be analyzed. Continued. New jobs, non-routine jobs, or job changes. Since these jobs are new or different, there is a greater likelihood for high incident rate because of the unknown variables. Repetitive exposure: repeat exposure to hazard over a period of time may qualify the job for a JSA. Remember that experienced workers can aid in the identification of potential hazards associated with the job. They have knowledge of the job and procedures that you may not have, and involving the employees will enable them to protect themselves and their co-workers. Take a moment to view the ability to analyze more than one job function on the JSA. Stop that. Take a moment to view the ability to analyze more than one job function on the JSA. Separate the job into basic steps. Once a job has been selected, a JSA is initiated. Each step of the job under consideration is listed in the first column of the JSA worksheet. The steps are listed in the order of the occurrence, accompanied by a brief description. The breakdown should not be so detailed that a large number of steps result, or so general the basic steps are omitted. If there are over 15 steps, the job should be broken down into more than one JSA. Separate the job into basic steps. Continued. Separate the job into basic steps. Continued. An experienced worker should assist in dividing the tasks into steps. At least one other person should observe the task being performed under the normal conditions and work hours. These workers should be briefed on the purpose and mechanics of JSA. Once the task is broken down into steps, the list should be reviewed and agreed upon by all participating parties. Identify the potential hazards with each step. Each step is analyzed for any real and potential hazards. The hazard is then listed in the second column of the worksheet corresponding to the job step. All logical possibilities should be considered when identifying hazards. The underlying question to ask in evaluating each step is, could this step cause an accident or injury? Consider these conditions when evaluating each job step. Identify the potential hazards with each step continued. Struck against. Can the worker forcefully strike against anything? Sharp edges, protruding objects, machinery, etc. Struck by. Can something move and strike the worker abruptly and forcefully? Contact with. Can the worker come into contact with electrically charged equipment or chemical containers? Contacted by. Can an agent such as hot solutions, fire, electrical arcs, steam, etc. come in contact with the worker? Identify the potential hazards with each step continued. Caught in. Can any part of the body be caught in an enclosure or opening of some kind? Caught on. Can the worker be caught on any object which could pull them into any moving machinery? Caught between. Can any part of the body be caught between something moving or something stationary or between two moving objects? Fall. From the same and different level, can the worker slip or trip on anything, resulting in a fall? Can the worker fall from one level to another because of a slip or a trip? Identify the potential hazards with each step continued. Overexertion. Can the worker be injured while lifting, pulling, pushing, bending, or any other motion resulting in a sprain? Exposure. Can the worker be exposed to excessive noise, extreme temperatures, poor air circulation, toxic gases, and/or chemicals or fumes? Take a moment to view this section on potential hazards and how to document each according to the job function. Recommended action. This steps identify the control measures for each hazard and list them in the next column. The control measure recommends a job procedure to eliminate or reduce potential accidents or hazards. Consider the 5 points for each hazard identified. Change the way the job is performed. What needs to be considered is how to change the equipment and work area or provide additional tools or equipment to make the job safer. Recommended action continued. Change the physical conditions. Physical conditions may include tools, materials, and equipment that may not be right for the job. Controls such as administrative or engineering can correct the problem. Change in job procedures. An example of changing job procedures to avoid burns from a hot engine, service equipment prior to starting a shift instead of conducting the service at the end of the shift. Recommended action continued. Recommended action continued. Reduce the frequency. Frequency refers to the length of time exposed to a hazard. Changes in administrative controls can reduce the frequency of exposure in hazardous situations. For example, a worker may be required to work only for 2 hours in a noisy environment instead of 4 hours. Use of personal protective equipment. Personal protective equipment should be used as a temporary and last resort to protect employees from hazards. Okay. Take a moment to review the recommended action section of the JSA. Revise the job safety analysis. The JSA is only effective if it is reviewed periodically or after accident occurs. Revising the JSA can find safety hazards that were missed during earlier analysis. The JSA should be reviewed immediately after an accident to determine if any new job procedures or protective measures are needed. The job safety analysis process takes time to develop and implement. For some tasks, the JSA process may take more than one day. A JSA should be planned ahead of time and be done during a normal work period. Revise the job safety analysis continued. There are many advantages to using the JSA. One of the most important advantages is training new employees on recommended safe job procedures and how to apply these procedures to their work. Safety training is provided before the new employee performs the task. A JSA is an accident prevention approach to creating a safe work environment. The JSA can be implemented for every job or task in the workplace. Improved job methods can reduce costs resulting in employee absenteeism and workers' compensation due to on-the-job injuries and can often lead to increased productivity. This concludes the job safety analysis training. Please copy and paste the test link into your browser and begin the JSA quiz.